The other stairway doesn't need a key. I guess I'm pretty sure. Let me look at my notes. I'm pretty sure the lock for the second and third floor are the same one. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. And generally speaking, there's no reason to leave. Like, I don't need to, like, leave and come back to the hospital. I don't think there'll be anything where it's like I need to turn off my flashlight to see. So let's go memos here. Second floor East Hall menu, it's right there. First is larger than the second. Second twice the third. Third is smaller than the fourth. Fourth is half the first. So I think that's 4. I could figure that out, technically, off of 9. I think. Because fourth is half the first. So that narrows it down on what the fourth could be. Because it can't be more than 5. Let's see. Third is smaller than the fourth. So like here, the fourth would have to be between 2 and 5. 2 and 4 probably. Right? Second's probably 1. Twice the third, no. So I think it said it wasn't 4 numbers, but I think it's something like 2, 1, 3, 4 or something. No, it couldn't be, because there's a half. The fourth is half the first. The first has to be really high. So first is 8. That's larger than the second. 8. 6. I guess it had to be 6 or 8 if you're going to exactly half it out. I'm curious. I don't particularly want to break out like a bunch of paper and actually sketch this out because I'm pretty sure I'm missing a piece. But thinking, I guess, is the only thing that is weird is he said there's more than 4 numbers. But here, let me find some paper. I'm gonna sketch this out and see. Be right back. One of the numbers is the final key. What does that mean? I still think it's supposed to be 4. It's always 4. The only thing I can think of is there's 4 numbers, and it's not 4. It's 5. Because one of the numbers is the final key. So, but then what? The only thing I can think of is you like repeat a number. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 3. But then 4 of the numbers are not repeated. Unless there's 6. One of the numbers is the final key. Look at this. I got little sticky note charts. Look at that. Look at this. This is like freaking like in college, man. I do like logic puzzles for like Boolean logic. And you have to like just slowly like break it all down and graph stuff. Okay. So I know 1 is greater than 2. 2 is twice 3. 3 is less than 4. 4 is 1/2 of 1. And I know the numbers are potentially one of the numbers is 1, 2, or 3. Because that's in the top row. Because there's 3 are not in the top row. That means one of them is, assuming, again, I think there's 4. I was saying 4 of the numbers, and then the 3, 2, 1's only talking about of those 4 numbers. 2 are in the right row, so there's 2 that are either 3, 6, or 9. But I think 1 is the greatest number. 1's the greatest number, I assume. Because it has to be greater than 2. And 2 is... Where did I put? Where's my control? There it is. 2 is... something, right? Oh, yeah. 2 is twice 3. And 3 is less than 4. So I don't think it can be 9. Because it needs to be evenly divisible. So I think it's got to be 8 or 6. And I don't think it can go as low as 6. Because that would make 2... That would make the second number 3. And the second number is... So that's 1. 4... No. 4 is half of 1. So if 1 is 8... This is just so confusing. I really should have done like A, B, C, D. Instead of quotes around 1 and 2. Okay, so 4 is half of 1. So if 1 is 8 or 6... That would make 4, 3, And then 3 could only be 1, 2, or 3. They can't repeat. See, I think if it's too low, so I'm going with the idea that it can't be 9. I think it's 8. I think it's 8. That's my theory. And I'm going to keep right. The main thing is I'm just hung up on what this dude said. Stanley's Diary East Hall? Was it? He keeps saying something about the doctor's number underground. What was it? I mean, 4 numbers would have been good enough, but he kept on going. This is the thing I just don't get. It's this one line that just breaks it wide open. Like, if I knew it was 4, obviously I could just brute force it. Which isn't that hard even, because you don't have to go through literally every combination, just every, like, sequence. Like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is, like, several sequences. It's not just that one. Okay. I broke out the notebook. I think I got this. So, what I know, and I substitute, like I said, I substitute all the numbers for letters, variables, because otherwise this is really annoying to follow. That 1 could be a 2 or something. So obviously, A, B, C, D is 1, 2, 3, 4. A is greater than B. B equals 2 times C. C is less than D. D equals 1/2 A. So first thing, looking at it, there's only 2 equal signs, so you can't just like solve it as a math equation. You could say, you can shove it around and do some stuff like you can know which one's the smallest. But even just looking at it, like I'm pretty sure I started just kind of like plugging stuff in, and I was pretty sure that it was which one was it? Which is the smallest? I think C, right? I'm looking at the equation I have come up with, but I'm pretty sure it was right. That's what I came up with, that C is actually your smallest. Yeah, because A is greater than B, C is less than B, and then if A is the greatest, it's probably greater than C as well. And so I nailed all that out and started taking guesses. And then the first thing I guessed is I wanted to start at the bottom, so I guessed C was 1. But that can't work because of the other clues on this page right here. I should have up now. If C is 1, then B is 2. And you can't have only one of the numbers. Only one of the numbers is on the top line of the dial, which I had written out over here and on here, which is 1, 2, 3. So that means if only one of them can be there, I tried it with 2. And then that kind of worked. If C was likely 2, then B is 4. But if you follow that through, then A is likely 8, then D is likely 4. And I say A is 8, likely 8. I think I kind of guessed that. So since A needs to be divisible by 2, I knew it had to either be 6 or 8, and I just guessed 8 to start off because I was hoping that would work out nicely if I started one number on the way far left at 1 and one at 8. I don't think anything could be 9, so I just didn't do that, and I think I got it, so if I'm wrong, that's going to be what I'm going to go back to. So if you follow that through, then B is 4, and then so is D, but it says 4 of the numbers are not repeated. I still don't know if there's a 5th number, but I'm going to try this just because I don't know what that's about. I think there's something else. I think he mentions that, like, one of the numbers is the final key. I think that's something else. I honestly do. So, hold on. By the way, if you see me looking at the side, I'm not like looking at a guide or anything. I'm literally looking at my Elgato and my Audacity because I have a huge fear that I'll have done all this and then I'm not recording. So I followed that through. It's like, that doesn't work. So, okay, start over. Looking at this, I know only one number is going to be in the top row. So if C is the least, it's probably 3. And if C is 3, then that gives B to be 6. And there's 2 numbers in the right row. So 2 of the numbers are 3, 6, or 9. And like I said, I already have the assumption that 9 can't go. So that fulfills that rule. Fulfills the first 2 rules. That's a good sign. 3, 6, 9. So it's 3 and 6. So C is 3. B is likely 6. D then I put at is likely 4. Because A is likely 8. Because A is the biggest number. So I had them written out in the order I calculated them, not in the order that made the most sense to explain. So if A is likely 8, D is likely 4, and like I said, the other fulfill the rules. So my final one is that A is 8, B is 6, C is 3, D is 4. And hopefully I got that right on how I have this explained. Here, I know, there's a sheet. I don't know if that comes across on the camera. If I had a scanner, I would put this in. It actually took less work than I thought. Because this actually reminds me of I would do these equations in like college for a class that was like half logic, half math. And a lot of that was like just like sitting down as part like to get you to think like this and plan everything out, and part just, I don't know, explain that system. It's called like discrete logic or something. I actually had a lot of fun with the course. But one of the things I don't like is you can pretty much always solve this. I would equate it to like solving a Rubik's Cube, where I don't actually think it's hard to solve a Rubik's Cube if you wanted to sit down and literally be like, this is what I'm doing with my weekend, come up with the algorithm. But you want to solve a Rubik's Cube by actually being like, I figured it out, not writing a book and, proofing it on mathematical paper and then going and solving it. The fun part is actually maneuvering the thing. So I'm glad. I think that's it. I might be entirely off base here, and then I need 5 or more numbers. I may have missed, I don't know. The last number was the number of handgun bullets you kill a nurse with. I don't know. But I think that's it. And I think one of the numbers of the final key might refer to something else. Like, I'm wondering if there's 2 doors that have these keypads. So I'm wondering if maybe I need that final key for whatever the last door is. But maybe I can get in the other one. So I'm going to try this. 8, 6, 3, 4. It's been so long since I tried this. I like doing this stuff, but I never actually had a chance to do it in Silent Hill. I never actually go back and play it on the max riddle difficulties. Okay, so give me a second. I don't know where I am. That took like 20 minutes, but like 10, 15. I don't know. I turned off my camera so I could make sure I wasn't messing them up. Because the longer they run, the more chance something crazy happens. So I'm on 3. Locked. I knew that. So let me enter this. 8, 6, 3, 4. I'm going to try that again. I feel fairly confident in this. 8, 6. And like I said, there's no guarantee that these might have separate combinations. 8. I wish it showed you what you need to collect, though. 6. 3. I'm just concerned I wrote the order down wrong. I had actually originally wrote down 8, 6, 4, 3. I'm gonna try that. Okay. I'm holding on to hope that that's only the 3rd floor. I'm gonna go try it in a second. I'm gonna be so happy if I get this. Because it's rare, like I said, I kind of wish... Why? Is it supposed to be like that? No, that's not a pipe, is that pipe rattling? But why do they need that? Like that one dong, or whatever, I don't know what you call it. Oh yeah, wasn't there a gurney I was supposed to look at in one of these hallways? That I thought was haunted. I'm spooking myself again. Yeah, I thought there was something right here. Oh no, there was the book. But I will say I like doing that. That was fun. Assuming this works. It did really take me out of it because I took off my headphones, put down, basically paused the game. 8, 6, 3, 4. Come on. Hey. So then what was the 5th number? What was that about? Okay. I could go save. I guess I haven't actually accomplished anything other than what I have in my notebook. So, let's go. It's gonna be a dick move because the monster's right there. It is annoying how, it just constantly sounds like there's always monsters around. It sounds like it was behind me. And I don't know if that's... I kind of dislike that this is actually so effective, because even if they get me, I'm pretty confident that I always come out on top. that I'm getting more health potions than I'm losing by not running past them and actually just getting rid of them. And I thought I actually kind of liked in Silent Hill 1. Okay, I think I'm good. That you had like random encounters. Like in the overworld, when you're just running around town in the gray fog, you actually got just respawning enemies. And I kind of like that. So this is why we save on the 3rd floor. Oh god. I'm pretty sure that's a glitch and not like a saw blade sticking out from there. That's still suspicious. I think it's created though because she's like breathing. There's a tattoo on his foot. Margaret, let's swear our love until death do us part. Margaret. Do I know that name? You gonna attack me? The start time is my key. Okay, that's a memo. I don't need to write that down. God, these camera positions just spook me. Like, so hard. Like, I don't know why. It's just like, snap. That's by far the scariest thing in this game, usually. Because it, like, just disorients you and spooks you. There's a medical record here. Could this be for this dead guy? Background unknown. Name, age unknown. Not admitted patient. Found in a poor mental state on hospital grounds and temporarily installed in room M4 at chief's discretion. Died late tonight from blood loss due to severe carotid artery. Was grasping own kitchen knife in his right hand. Assume this was cause of neck wound. Possible suicide, but wound angle suspicious. Sent to 2nd floor treatment room for further investigation. Have received no proof or corroboration of event from patient residing in the same room. Have not notified police. However, for future necessity, leave victim's bed and effects intact. So does that imply... Hold on, so... Did he cut himself after he was admitted? Dilating from loss, yep. His own kitchen knife. Possible. Sent to the 2nd floor. For treatment room for okay, so he was already dead. Corroboration of event. I don't understand. They said he was dead, he killed himself, and then they put him in the room, and then the dude who was in the room they put him in didn't know how he died? Why? Because they found him. Where did they find him? On hospital grounds. But I think what it's trying to get at is it's trying to say he went to the other world. So he was in the room the patient was in, but in like a different dimension. And then he like fell out of it dying. But the other dude never saw anything because he wasn't on the same wavelength. That, or is he the dude that got... No, his neck was cut. He wasn't shot. So he wasn't the dude from the basement. And I think that's like supposed to be spooky. It's not really meant to give me anything. There's paper scattered on the floor. Something's written on them, but none of them looks important. Got so excited. Come on. Okay. My start... Hold on, I know it. I assume that's this guy. Hold on. Start time. Did I see anything about time? So they're leaving it intact. So I bet whatever his start time is like a clock in room M4. That I marked on my map. I really like. I want to play a game that's Silent Hill meets Myst, like MYST Myst. M4. It did not, so I just need to know. Like something where I need to actually break out, like buy a notebook with it and just sketch and draw and record notes and slowly master together. But it still like has this tension. Like something along the lines of like where like, oh shoot, I didn't record something, so now I'm gonna hate myself. Okay, fair enough. Okay. So it's what, 1:14. Sorry to you of those listening. Yeah, thank you. So that's simple. But so like say if you like set off the clock there and then you went and found like, oh shoot, I had to actually look what the time the clock was, I didn't record that. Then you have to like fight through the enemies again. So it's all annoying and suspenseful. The attache case is locked. Start time is the key. So 0114. It's weird that they're so close. Instant camera. I remember I partially got through a game years ago. It's called like Byzantine. It was very miss-like, but it was very annoying about like finding the right combinations of stuff. And one of the things that got me so stuck is like there's a point where a dude straight up like kills you or something, if I recall, and you need to act quickly. So you didn't have like the time to try a lot of combinations. And also I was a dumb kid. And at the final answer was like you had to pull out a camera and flash it in his eyes so you could get away and then quickly run away. It was like, it was a kid. I was like, really? Like I get the logic, but like there's so many other things I could just fucking hit him with. I could hit him with the camera. Get him, grab any of the knives. Like, there was a tattooed guy on that rumpled bed. Not anymore though. That alarm clock and his filthy bag are his. Ah, but don't misunderstand. I haven't done a thing. I didn't hate him, though he was a liar. Shall I write something of my own? On my chest, since I can't cut it open to show you my heart. I love Heather. So he was the guy in the room. Sorry, there's like a gnat in my apartment right now. And it's like the movement that happens over on the far side, as well as the fact that I can see parts of my own reflection on my monitor, like right here. It keeps giving me the impression that someone's over there. No, something a bit more forceful. I love Heather isn't enough for what I feel. Oh, what tender emotion this image brings. Stanley Coleman. Stanley is creepy. I like the lotion and tissues next to the guy's bed. That's an interesting detail.